Hello, and welcome to this week's live stream. My name is Mike, and I'm going to be your game master for today's conclusion, hopefully epic conclusion, of our Fallout 2D20 actual play, With a Bang or With a Whimper, published by Bethesda. And with me, I have my two compatriots, both Brent and Jeff.
Hi.
And we are going to hopefully have a lot of fun tonight. So, as always, if you check us out live, awesome. If you check us out in as this is a recording or something like that, we just want to say thank you for stopping by. If you have any comments about how our game is going, I just know this is going to be more reflective of your game at home rather than something that's really high polish and actor worthy. But we do try our best. So if you have any comments, let us know. We like to talk about games and all those kind of things. So don't hesitate. Could we improve? Did we miss a rule? Keep us honest. Let's just say that. So this week, like I said, we were continuing on with a bang or with a whimper. And I believe last week we ended with Brent staring at the broken form of the mayor of the town who had viciously attacked them in the waiting room of a doctor's office.
The non-squishy, I think, is what I referred to it as. Yes.
Yep, the non-squishy. And so so as you guys collect yourself and everything like that, you notice that the room, you notice that the two forms of the mangled things, because you're still kind of working that out, start to buckle and shake violently. What do you do?
Hit him again.
Okay, I start hitting them again.
Okay. Well, they start buckling.
I'm going to die here, by the way.
And you basically, in terms of like what they do is they violently buckle and then they explode, like pieces of them start exploding off. If you want to continue to stick around, you definitely can, but it does look as though they're not going to stay in one piece for long, with or without your help.
Run.
Yep, we run outside.
Being not so far away from the door, it's easy to kind of push yourself through the door and everything. And you hear kind of a poof as they go off, like not like more like a flashbang than a grenade, if that makes sense. And some smoke and everything fills the doctor's office. About this time, though, you start to see a bunch of worried townsfolk kind of gathering around the clinic. Some of them seem to have taken up simple arms, maybe grabbed a pipe or a plank of wood or maybe the odd gun here and there. And from the crowd, you hear Banks call and says, "Crawl, what the hell is going on?" And you hear shouts in agreement also asking the same question.
I yell, "Mayor exploded."
That'll help.
For whatever reason, you seem the confusion on the townsfolk's faces just get more confused. They don't actually seem to have been helped in at all by that explanation.
And I said, "Go look," and I point towards the hospital.
The people who have been, I hold up my hands and I say, the people that have been getting forgetful and acting odd, seems like they were replaced with synths.
What? You mean there are synths in here? And they start kind of like looking around frantically at each other, trying to, all of a sudden like eyes darting. You can tell that, what turns from confusion turns to distrust really quickly.
So. I think everybody should go back to their homes and keep an eye on their families.
But, well, what are we going to do to stop it? Comes a shout from the crowd.
Well, we're going to talk to the whatever passes for town leadership now that the mayor turned out to be a synth and just exploded in there. We will talk with them about how we should best proceed.
Okay, you see people kind of like, you see people are kind of a little bit taken aback. They're not obviously people are very distrustful, and you can tell that it's almost like people start to spread into little groups and kind of start walking away from each other. Um, Kind of as one that the group goes from kind of like tightly knit mob to very dispersed crowd. So, um, and you see like one person who seems to approach, and they seem to have kind of a command of the situation a little bit more so than Banks. What is their name and who are they? We're continuing on with that process.
You got an idea,
Chester.
Brent?
Chester.
Chester.
Mhm.
Hey, Mike, who is Banks again?
Banks was your friendly rad hog farmer that.
Oh, he was our friend. That's right.
Helped us
right.
in the street.
Mhm. Okay, and so who is Chester, and what is his role in the town?
Bartender.
Okay, so Chester the bartender.
Yep.
Okay.
They
Another
don't let
person
you
in the-
or you drink too much.
That's probably true. Having a drunk super mutant in town sounds bad.
I don't think they have enough for you to get drunk on, though. I think your body probably processes it too fast.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. It's your character. You tell us.
I don't know, with an endurance of 12, probably not.
it's probably hard to get you drunk. So you see Chester kind of stands like on his tippy toes to try to get your attention, and kind of does a whistle to bring your eyes over to him, and he kind of waves you over, taking you over to what constitutes as a pub in Grief Town. Do you guys follow him?
Yes.
Is it a him or a her, out of curiosity?
We established that there's no women in this town, didn't we? Like, so it's probably a guy.
Oh Jesus!
I don't think we established that, but
I don't think that was
I think we did talk about it last time. It can be a woman. That's fine.
okay. Oh, the female Chester. Okay. Mark that down just as a reminder. And so you guys head over to the pub, which is unfortunately empty at this point. It's just you, Chester, or you two and Chester. She heads behind the bar, and she goes and she gets a bottle from in the back. She gets 2 small glasses and 1 larger glass. You hear the cork pop out of the bottle and kind of quickly pours the alcohol across the 3 glasses, stopping for an extra couple seconds in the larger one. And then she puts the big glass and the small glass in front of you two, and then she takes one for herself and shoots it. Obviously, you guys get to choose who gets the big and small glasses.
I reach for the small glass.
Then I reach for the big glass.
Oh, okay. And so she's like, well, it's going to take a little bit more than the mayor just exploded to get me up to speed as to what's going on here.
You're aware that people in town have been acting forgetful and then getting angry and scared and then committing heinous acts.
Well, I mean, people get stressed, I mean, we're a pretty small community in the Wasteland and all that kind of stuff. I mean, all I can really say is that, I mean, we've had some people that acted funny lately, but I mean, nobody really thinks too much of it, right?
Well, on Founders Day, we went out to Joseph and Teresa's farm, and Joseph ambushed us in the barn. And prior to us getting there, he had killed Teresa with a hoe in their home, and he claimed that he didn't know who she was. He didn't know who we were. He just knew we were all out to get him.
Yeah. She more calmly pours a little bit of the drink, and after that first shot, it's moonshine. It's some pretty solid stuff, pretty stiff stuff, one could say. And she's like, yeah, Joseph had been in a few nights ago, and he seemed like he had broken that day. And before that, Teresa would come in almost nightly after she was done with work. I just chalked it up to marriage problems. So what you're saying is that somehow people are getting replaced by these synths, and it's happening
We-
right under our noses.
Yeah, we just fought Pettigrew and Two Bob in the hospital, in the doctor's office.
Well, synths don't get headaches. What is that all about?
Well, Two Bob was getting forgetful. He didn't remember us. We've been coming here for 5 years. He did not remember us at the shop, the trading post. So we took him to the doctor. The doctor was in tears. He was getting forgetful. And when we came out to talk to Two Bob about having him go home, Pettigrew came in and basically started trying to shoot us. So we shot it out with them, found out that they were metal under their skins, and they exploded after we killed them.
So, okay. So out of character, you guys remember that you were given kind of a clipboard with information about a mysterious signal from outside of town, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I just don't know I don't know who to trust at this point.
Sure.
For all I know, they're all synths, and we can just remove the whole whatever the whole unit is, the Genesis, the Eden, whatever the module
Genesis machine.
we can just take that out and head out and watch it explode behind us.
Okay. So she's like, so what do you? I mean, we don't really have the kind of resources to fight something like this. I mean, is there nothing we can do? I mean, are we just doomed? Like, we're just gonna forget who we are, and then all of a sudden one day this entire settlement is going to be made up of nothing but metal people? Like, I can't accept that.
Well, I can't tell you that they're not already, but we did find out that there is a device broadcasting the Eden kit. This reactor seems to be talking to something out in the woods. So McIntosh and I are going to go out. I mean, if the synths are trying to kill us, there's a good chance that we're not synths. We don't know that you aren't, Chester. No offense, but I mean, we had a 3-hour conversation with Two Bob, and then he tried to kill us. You know, everywhere we go, we're getting bushwhacked by people that we thought were our friends and acquaintances.
Well, I mean, I don't blame you. You know, I know that the one thing I know about this town is that now that the cat's out of the bag, you know, this town's probably, no one in this town is ever going to look at each other the same ever again. And barring some mighty medieval approaches, you know, I hate to see what would happen for people to start testing if you were a synth or not. So what's your plan then? I mean, we
need to solve this, and we need to solve it quick. We need to figure this out. We need to investigate the signal.
Okay.
So we need whoever you think in town qualifies as a leader now that Pettigrew's dead. You know, and McIntosh and I need to go out, and we need to check the Eden kit and double check that there is a signal, and then head out to the forest.
Well, I mean, I don't think I'm any kind of leader or anything like that, but I knew Jesse well enough that I could probably help you out. What do you need from the Eden kit?
We just need to examine it. We need to see if there is, if you got some sort of equipment that can help us detect the signal. Like, this was stuff that the doc had that he was figuring out before he went and supposedly went home, but I don't know that that's where he went.
Well, she pours one more drink for each of you, kind of sloppily dropping the moonshine into each of the cups, and she says, "Well, one more for luck." And she asked you if you guys need anything besides some strong alcohol.
McIntosh, how are you with ammo? We've got those pulse weapons.
I hold up my bat.
Oh, good. Looks like you're full.
Chester lets out a small chuckle at that.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had something better than the pipe gun back in our stuff. But
okay.
The pipe gun is what it is.
Sure.
If you can keep a lookout, in town, get some people to sentries. I mean, the first clue seems to be people forgetting who people are. You know, not recognizing people, and then the fear and the paranoia seems to come on strong, and it turns into aggression real fast.
Might want to keep an eye on Doctor too.
Yeah, the doctor, he said he was starting to feel like he was forgetting stuff. That's when he gave us what he had and essentially left the doctor's office. I think he said he was going home. But he did not look like he was in good shape. You know, there was there's the little kid, right, in the hospital.
And kid, yeah.
Yeah.
Elijah.
Ezekiel Grant.
That was it.
Yeah, he didn't respond to anybody. He didn't remember anything. So it's happening to children. It's happening to adults. We need the town not to panic. If they go back to their homes and stay in there and we can solve this, then everything's fine. But like you said, you may have people bugging out. I don't know. I wasn't trying to cause that, but you can't have a mob in the street when you don't know who you can trust.
Well, very true. Well, so maybe what we do is this. I'll see if I can't get some other folks that, you know, people at least thought they could trust, you know, together, and see if we can't form some sort of council to talk this out. Maybe some of the heads of family can get together and we'll talk about this. But right now, I think most importantly, let's at least just take a look at this Eden kit and see if we can see what your guys are talking about. Jesse has I know where a spare key to Jesse's office is. And so we can see if we had anything in there that we can use to get to the Eden kit and every one of its little doodads. So
sounds good. Let's go investigate.
So she goes outside, she talks to somebody and says, you know, kind of pats them on the shoulder, and they kind of take off and see. And she's like, yeah, I'll go see if they can get some people assembled. And they go, she takes you over to Jesse's office. You know, it's one of those false bottom rocks, you know, basically takes out a key, very simply put, unlocks Jesse's office. And you can see that there's, you know, paperwork kind of, it's not disorganized or anything like that, but it does look as though like nobody's really organized it in a while. You know, now that you've actually like are starting to look around for the place, looking through the place and everything like that. Going to a cabinet, she takes a key out. She says, "This will get you at least inside the fencing for the kit. You know, like the cold fusion reactor and all that kind of stuff. She'll wait here because that's where she asked other people to come meet here. So if you guys want to see what you can see about the signal, you can do that while she waits for some of the other folks to come."
Is there any equipment? I don't know how we would detect the signal.
She's not really sure either, but
didn't the doctor say there was something on the thing that should detect the equipment? Like
no. Maybe. I honestly I don't remember.
So the doctor said that he had he was able to he had basically detected a signal out of there that was separate and going, and basically he triangulated the location out into the wilds. But he said that there was a device that he had found that he could not extract without doing damage to the equipment.
Well, let's just examine it. Let's start looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go look.
All right. So getting over to the kind of the new Garden of Eden kit, where everything is kind of was set up, and the cold fusion reactor and everything like that powers the entire town. You know, it's pretty much at this point like a generator room, and it's kind of locked behind some fencing and everything like that. Going inside, why don't you guys make what are those things called? A difficulty 0 check for me. And we're going to use perception. Perception plus science.
Alrighty.
And
we're rolling in Discord, right?
Yeah, if you could please, that'd be great.
I think that's 4 plus 0 on my character sheet.
It's a difficulty 0, so either you find complications or getting action dice here.
Got an 18 and a 10.
What's your
yeah, I did not make it for sure, regardless of what my stats
my science is 0. My perception is 7.
Oh, okay. All right. So you didn't get any of those quote unquote sweet action points out of the deal or anything like that.
No.
But it doesn't take you too long to kind of like pretty much scour the the inside of the room that they've built around this this kit and as it and everything like that. Going into it, you can kind of see I mean these Gex are I think they're Gex are Vault Tech technology, but fairly quickly you find something that looks like it's not Vault Tech. It seems to be fairly different and distinct from the other machinery and equipment that's set up within the system here. However, looking at it, it looks like it's in a place that's both A, inaccessible to all but some very specialized tools, and B, connected to something you're not sure what does. So you're not exactly sure how it's connected to the thing that it's connected to. So aside from McIntosh just reaching in and pulling it off, you don't really have any way, like basically breaking everything to get to it and then just ripping it out like it's
Yeah, I see what Doc was talking about, but I've never seen anything like this. I've looked at a couple of Eden kits, but I can't claim to know how they work.
Yeah,
I don't suppose in your travels you spent a lot of time examining Eden kits, did you?
Like I said, I just shrugged. I offered to pull it off. I could rip it off for us.
I mean, I believe that you could get it off. I don't think it would end well for either one of us. So maybe we just hold on right now and not do that. Yeah, I can see why Doc was perplexed. It obviously doesn't belong on here, but it also is obviously connected in some way. So you think somebody's trying to bleed off some of the power? Use some of it for themselves? They've figured out tech to intercept some of whatever the hell the Eden kit does on the inside? I know this is more my internal monologue. Me externalizing it with you around like we're talking. Doc seemed to think he had triangulated that. That map of his looked like we can get out there in the woods. Like, you think we can get to where that's at?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Maybe when Chester gets back, we should just let her know that we've got to go.
Well, Chester's waiting back.
Yeah, Chester's waiting for you at Jesse's.
Yeah, we need
office.
to go to her.
Yeah, let's go talk to Chester and then let's get on our way.
Okay. It wasn't like there wasn't a lot to really investigate. So getting back to her, it doesn't take you very much time at all. You can see that she's kind of going through some of the paperwork and stuff in the office still. And while it's now organized according to how she wants it to be organized. So papers are starting to get into different piles and stuff like that. And she kind of like looks up when she sees, you guys come into the door and she's like, oh, you're back already?
There's definitely something I've never seen on an Eden kit. The couple I have gotten to look at attached to it. I don't know what it's doing. It's in a place where we don't have the tools to take it off. Forcing it off seems like it might end badly for everyone.
Okay.
So
kind of looks at you and she's like, well, let's avoid the end badly for everything. We only need one ending here, and that's the good ending.
Yeah, so I think we need to go out into the woods and see if we can try to figure out. Doc thought he had it triangulated pretty good. If we can see if we can find where the signal's going and what's happening. Maybe there's somebody to talk to out there or some other kind of clue that'll give us an idea of what the hell is going on.
Well, normally I'd say patience is a virtue, but I think we need to get to the bottom of this quick. Are you guys ready to head out right now? Then
I can't. If you guys weren't so good for us, we'd be good to us when we're here. We'd be packing up and heading out. So we're gonna do what we can.
Well, we do appreciate that and know that our doors are always open here. But that it's understandable as to what you're saying is that if this isn't your town. I know you stop by here quite frequently, and you've been a good. I would say we've known you for a long time. But what you can do for this town, I mean, anything you do helps this town survive. I mean, if you check out this signal, maybe it's something that we can, stop, interrupt, and maybe the town goes back to normal. Maybe that's it.
Well, I mean, that's what we all hope. So we're
Super
gonna head out.
I mean, normal minus the 3 people that we bashed in the head, but
They all tried to kill us first. I
Normal.
do want to point that out.
Normal.
Yeah, you self-defense them to death. I get it. You don't see any of the other people that she kind of requested stopping in yet. And she's like, if you want to go out and do that, I can let them know that you've done that. And then, of course, if they have any other ideas as to what they want the town to do.
Let them know what we're doing, because if we don't make it back, you're going to have to come up with an alternate plan, and I don't know what that's going to be.
McIntosh starts walking and assumes he'll crawl, catch up.
All right, we've got to go. We will see you later, hopefully.
Okay. So, so do you guys gather your Brahmin and go, or what do you guys do?
I don't think we're taking the Brahmin. I think we're
the Brahmin
just
seems
going.
like it's going to slow us down.
And and McIntosh starts walking, but then stops when he realizes he A, doesn't have the map, and B, couldn't read it even if he did have it.
Okay. All right. So do you guys try to gather any supplies before you head out?
No, food, water, whatever ammunition we have at the Brahmin.
Yeah, unless Jeff can get a different gun, I don't think there's really anything else for us to.
Yeah, I think.
Did you have eyes set on something?
Just something a little more reliable. I don't know what.
Well, how many caps do you have? I guess is the question.
Whatever the laser guns sell for.
Well, I would hope that if we were helping the town, they would help us out.
Yeah,
I just don't think I have anything better in my inventory.
Okay. But did you have like an idea? Like, let's see what I got here.
Is his talent, or is your talent only with pistols?
It's small guns, right?
It's small guns, yeah.
But small guns is like everything that's not a big gun, which a big gun is like a mini gun.
Yeah, like you could have hunting rifles. You can have it goes from like hunting rifles all the way up to railway rifles, which is obviously not going to be in a town like this.
Yeah, small guns, right? You're talking about small guns or big guns?
Yeah, small guns.
Yeah, which means the shotgun that guy had.
Joseph?
Yeah.
I guess we could have grabbed Joseph's shotgun. It was just a double barrel. Did he have any ammo left? I mean, that's a lot of times what it comes down to, right? If he didn't have ammo, it's just a club.
We might have some on the Brahmin. If Mike's going to let me say that I picked up the shotgun.
Well, if you guys bring it up, Jesse mentions that, the people that went out and took care of Joseph's property, they have all that kind of cataloged in the back of the office here. So you can take a look and see if there's anything in there. And
being the shotgun is the most dangerous thing that we've come across so far. So
yeah.
Might want to try it.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Let me take a look and see what he had again. I think he had just a combat shotgun, which was...
I thought it was the double barrel.
It's the double barrel shotgun, I believe.
Is it? Maybe
it was, yeah.
I think the combat shotgun is better.
Yeah, I think that's what you said. The combat shotgun may have killed me outright.
Let's see. What do you got? What do you got, Joseph? Yeah, he has a double barrel shotgun. Yeah. So if you wanna, there's a double barrel shotgun. Why don't you roll for ammunition? They brought back. Why don't you roll 5 combat dice?
Two, 4, 3, 1, 3.
So let's
So
see.
it's 3.
3 shells. Yep.
Don't they have a table for how much stuff you find?
Yeah, but usually all this.
Or is that just the starting one?
That's just typically starting ones and all that.
Okay.
In
cool.
in these kind of cases, unfortunately, that when you find stuff that's random, it's with combat dice, which is
okay.
kind of
That's
weird.
cool.
But
yeah, that's a little weird.
So you got 3 shots at it. There were 3 bullets that they brought back.
All right.
You could of course try to go to the trading post and see if there's any there.
Yeah, let's go to the trading post. We're here. It's worth looking.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can raid 2 Bobs, please.
Okay.
He ain't gonna come back for it.
Well, he might. He might not.
Okay, 1 second. You guys are actually.
They got replaced. I don't know if they're dead.
I don't know either. Are you just
might know?
When you're looking through here, are you just going to basically look for shotgun shells, or what else are you going to possibly look for?
Look for 38 caliber shells for the pipe gun. I think I have enough, but just keeping track of how many you've used and stuff is fun.
Okay. Okay. So why don't you go ahead and roll a perception plus survival? And in this case, Brent, are you also going to?
Yep. I'm trying to help him find stuff.
Okay. So when you assist, then you roll perception plus survival, and you roll 1d20 and add that success to his success.
You mean if I get a success?
If you get a success.
I got an 18 and a 10. My perception plus survival is 10.
I did get at a success. I got 7 is matching my perception plus my survival.
Okay.
So we got 2 successes.
You indeed did get 2 successes.
Does he replace my failure?
Well, so you got one success. What was your skill again?
10. He got 1 success and I got 1 success.
Yeah, so we each got successes. Let's see.
Which basically just means we got 1 in an action point, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay, 1 second. I was just looking at the loot tables and everything like that.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so you do see a few different types of ammunition, because you need 38 ammo.
I need 38s, yeah.
And shotgun.
38 is a fairly common ammo type. So it looks like he has 15 rounds lying about.
Okay. I will take those. Does he have any shotgun shells?
Digging through some of his other ammunition, you find that he has It looks like he has another 9 shotgun shells about.
Okay.
Hey, that's 12 double barrel shots at least. No, that's 6 double
Yeah.
barrel shots.
Yeah.
He does hit the ghost of Two Bob does ask for an IOU. There are other types of ammunition there. None that are as useful as those two though. But
We don't listen to ghosts.
Not even ghosts in the machine. Ooh.
I write him. I write an IOU that says this clears your debt for all the Nuka-Cola bottles.
Jesus. All right.
And he says that out loud, and I say, "And rescue."
Unless you're actually still alive, and then we'll barter it out.
And rescue is still alive.
Yes.
Jesus.
If dead, no deal.
No deal. Okay. Anything else you were looking for in there?
Any other weapons? Knives, bats, 40 caliber pistols. I want to see McIntosh with his club and an assault rifle.
Why? I'm not going to hit anything with the assault rifle.
No, but you'll scare the shit.
Like, I can't hit anything with guns, so.
I know, but you'll scare the shit out of anybody we come across.
It looks as though he has a couple hunting rifles, a few pipe guns, and that seems to be the extent of his current range stock. He does have a couple knives as well.
Does he have ammo for the hunting rifles?
It just looks like he has 5 shots for the hunting rifle.
I'm gonna grab the hunting rifle, a hunting rifle, whichever one I think looks best.
So he's got.
And you said 8 shots, 5 shots,
5 shots.
5 shots. Sorry,
So
Mike.
he's got a hunting rifle slung over his shoulder, the pipe pistol on his hip, the shotgun.
They're crisscrossed on my back, apparently.
Okay, there you go.
There we go.
Rambo here.
I hope it helps.
They may not. I'm hoping.
Hey, shotguns are supposed to be the most. We were told by someone that shotguns are the most dangerous thing in the game. So.
Low level thing in the game.
What are we?
You guys are low level, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So after ransacking your friend's trading bay, is there anything else you guys are doing before you head out?
Yeah, we grabbed some of our own stash of food and water.
Okay. All right. So walking out from the town, it actually takes you about a half day's journey to get there. Knowing that everything happens so quickly at the clinic and everything like that, it is coming up on night by the time you're at the area where you're pretty close to the doctor's coordinates. You're at the right place though, because you arrive and you see a heavily fortified compound just kind of in the middle of nowhere. The tall grass kind of sways in the breeze, and you see a steel building with no windows and a single wide metal door on the side. Outside, not trying to draw too much attention, you see what appears to be a raider kind of standing next to a barrel that has has a fire inside. Kind of appears to be warming his hands.
There's no windows that we can see on the building.
No, you don't see any windows, no, but you do see that side metal door and everything like that.
All right. I think you might be too big to sneak. So I'm going to have you here guarding whatever front, back, whatever, keeping your eye on this guy, making sure nobody comes or goes.
I do have one in sneak.
You do.
I'd have to
Actually,
roll
you have more
under-
sneak than I do.
I'd have to roll under a 5, I assume.
Well, usually it's agility plus stealth. So
Yep, 5.
Yeah, my agility's 9 with no stealth, with no sneak.
Sure.
So I have a 25% chance.
So why don't you stay here at a distance, kind of hidden, and keep track of the comings and goings. And I'm just going to circle the building to see if I see any doors or windows or any other guards.
Reach over and grab a palm frond off something and just put it up in front of my face.
There we go. And I put my hand up. I try to put my hand up on your shoulder, and just sort of get you to kneel down.
Okay. And I kneel down.
So basically what I'm imagining here is that McIntosh just kind of grabs some grass, rips it out, and kind of elevates it in front of his face.
Yeah.
And it's just this guy.
Or like a tree. No, more like a tree branch. Like I reach over and grab a tree branch and break it off.
Just standing there.
Yeah. And then I kneel down when he tells me to. Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, we saw as soon as we saw light, you know what I mean? Like we got close enough to identify what it was, but not close. Hopefully we're out of range of being discovered. But I'm just going to take a big loop around the building, not trying to get too close, but trying to see if there's, get a count of how many guys there are, egress points, that kind of stuff.
So basically as you get farther away from McIntosh and you start getting low to the ground, you attempt to do some reconnaissance. Can you make an agility plus stealth test for me with a difficulty of 1?
It's pretty agile though.
Yeah, and if you don't have any stealth, it's just the straight up agility.
I mean, if I remember it, you're pretty agile.
9.
He's pretty agile.
7 and a 19.
Okay. So as under the cover of darkness, you do a pretty good job. At least based on what you can see, the raider that's standing by the barrel continues just to kind of scan the wasteland to see if there's any intruders. Every so often not seeing any, goes back, puts their hands in front of the fire, kind of rubs them a little bit, puts them up closer, blows on them and all that stuff. As you scout around, you said you look for any other egress points?
Yeah. Any, counting. No, I'm just trying to gather information about the building and the people in or around it.
Okay. So go ahead and make for me a perception plus repair test.
All right. Perception's a 7. A 1 and a 16.
Ooh.
A 1 is a critical. So congratulations. You actually notice that as you kind of make your way around, you see that there's quite a bit of ventilation for this, and one of the vents, which is a fairly large ventilation shaft, each of these have fans on it. While the other fans seem to be doing a pretty good job ventilating the building, this one seems like it's entirely off. The vents themselves, you're not exactly sure what's inside the compound because these shafts are huge. It's actually large enough that Brent could get inside. So, I mean, based on what you're seeing there, it does look as though that's at least one
a way that we could both get in potentially.
Yeah, I mean, you would still have to be sneaky about it, obviously, but.
All right. I will note where it is, in my head, the relative position to where McIntosh is, and I will continue the circle.
Okay.
It was bad enough to split the party. I'm not going in. I'm still, in my head, I'm trying to figure out how the hell raiders could be involved with technology that I've never seen anything like it as a trader. Like they're not big on things that they can't immediately use to murder or maim or eat something. So,
well, he may only look like a raider.
That's true.
That's
true. I'm trying to
suggesting that.
No, but I am in my head. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to get the lay of the land.
Yeah. And so, I mean, otherwise, as you, other than that vent, you don't really notice any other weaknesses in the structure that you guys can exploit. Going around, of course, you make your way all the way back to McIntosh, under the cover of night. And by this point, darkness has fallen. So really the only thing that has any light, if you guys aren't bringing your own light to the equation, is the barrel that he has set up. And there are a couple more barrels that he's basically gone and lit close to the metal door, that provides some sort of light.
So
But as you can,
there's just one door and one sentry is all I saw, and then a bunch of the ventilation fans. One of the shafts looks like we could.
One door and one punchable face.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the time to turn on the flashlights.
I mean, maybe.
I conveyed to McIntosh that we, that there's a shaft in the ground that I think we could make it through to get in.
Okay.
I don't know how many people are in there, and if we take out the guard, it's going to probably get loud, and then we're facing all of them with whatever all of them is. So let's try and sneak in. We try to stealth around to the ventilation shaft, Mike.
okay. McIntosh, or why don't you roll for me a stealth right now?
Ooh, I'm good at this. Not really.
Um,
I'm going to use an action point, though.
1 second. I'm just checking one thing, though. Environment. 36.
I got two successes.
You got 2 successes?
Yeah, he did, including a critical.
I rolled a one. Well, one is a critical is 2 successes.
Nice. So, okay, bear with me 1 second.
Oh no, you're right. I actually got 3 successes.
Wow. So you get an action point back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I rolled a 1 and a 5. So you're right, Jeff. Sorry. I forgot my skill was 5. I forgot my skill was 5.
Yeah. So good. Well, so surprisingly enough, Crawl, as you go to step away, the presence of the giant super mutant vanishes behind you. Almost like a ninja. But seeing you're only about 3 feet away from him, the instant he takes a step, his subtle bulk moving through the grass, you know exactly where he is.
It still freaks me out. I do literally. I hate when he does that.
With the presence of a skilled predator and hunting cat.
Yeah, implying that this happens all the time.
It just disappears into the brush.
Yes, I can feel him between my shoulder blades. I got that tingly sensation.
It doesn't always work, but when it works, it's pretty impressive.
I guess all that practicing on the road is paying off.
Jesus.
I love that. I love that thought. You're ushering the Brahmin down the road, and he just looks around and just dives into the brush.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. Okay, so you guys make your way back to the. Do you guys make your way back to the ventilation?
Yeah, the one with the fan that seems to not be doing its job.
Yeah. Climbing up. Let's see.
Can I pause for a moment and wonder what the hell could be going on in the building to require vents the size of me?
So as you guys get to the building, you see that there's basically like a service ladder that takes you up to the area where this vent is located. And so as you guys get up there, it doesn't take too much to actually work the fan unit out and basically open the gate that goes into the vent. And you pretty much basically, you pretty much kind of climb in. And to your surprise, like McIntosh fits fine. Like it's a very large airflow duct.
To everyone's surprise.
To everybody's surprise.
That's big.
And so as you kind of go down, you
Early
eventually
even.
you find a point where there's like a service ladder that leads from the vents, kind of like, you can actually get into the building itself. Um, and what you find is a fairly unexpected sight. At this point, artificial sunlight comes down from the ceiling, and inside the fortress, there seems to be a large single room that is rather warm and temperate. At the center of the room is a tall, spiraling machine that is blinking lights and almost looks alien in origin. And around the machine is flowery grass and familiar buildings. You see to the side a mayor's office, a pub, a trading post, and you notice that this is pretty much the town's central square. Every detail is nearly perfect, down to scratches, um, the wear marks. Almost everything is replicated to as at least to your eyes, to what your eyes can see. Wandering about this weird fake town, going about their business, and having just conversation like everything is hunky dory, are a number of people that you've seen. You see, you see Banks, you see Two Bob, you see Jesse greeting some folks, and everything seems to be fine. In fact, better than fine. It's like they don't have a care in the world. And as you take in this unsettling sight, a quiet, nasally voice comes from behind you, almost with like a
I hit it.
ah. You hit it.
No.
I
I
see.
should.
I see you found my little miracle. Ah, how wonderful! And when you turn around, you see an older fellow, and who's is pretty small, physically weak in appearance, wears kind of a clean white lab coat, and holds a mini computer on one in one hand. He kind of clears his throat again, and he gestures grandly to the faux town squares. He's like, "I am one of the institute's chief scientists. Come, friends, please, let me show you around. I believe you will find my work absolutely fascinating."
I guess we just need to follow him.
Okay. So you guys just follow him. Shoulder. Ooh.
Yeah, I kind of look at you and I like gesture to my bat.
I hold up my hand like, let's at least find out what's going on.
Okay. So you come to find that as he leads you through the town, the actual townspeople don't seem to react to you. They kind of exist around you, if that makes sense. Almost like you're watching like a kind of an animatronic show, like of something. Like you can walk through just fine, and they don't interact with you. Almost like Westworld. You only get the quests if you talk to them.
Every once in a while, I stop and I look at you and look and gesture my bat like now.
No, we've still got to figure out what's going on.
As you pass by the trading post, you see a line of Nuka-Cola bottles, exactly the way that you're familiar with, and you see even the most recent one was just the one you brought maybe a couple months ago. It looks like they have that lined up all the way until the end. They don't have the one that you just brought on the shelf though. And so
As we're walking and we start seeing like all of this duplicate stuff, I do lean close to you and say, "Only McIntosh." Which lets you know if I see me, shit's gonna hit the fan.
And so
I just nod at him. I'm still trying to parse this.
And so what you can see though is it looks like he's leading you to the edge. And he, as he's getting close, he starts to kind of talk, and he says, "As you know, the world we live in is a modern wasteland. It's barren, hostile, a hopeless place where life is a constant struggle for survival. Most humans are nothing but savages, fighting over scraps of resources, killing each other for sport, and cleaving to irrational beliefs. Humanity is doomed destined to destroy themselves and whatever else remains of our once great civilization. And he kind of looks at you knowingly, and he's like, here you find the culmination of our efforts, the ultimate achievement of our genius, the synths. These are not mere machines, my friends. They're living, breathing, thinking beings with emotions, memory, and free will. They're the next step in evolution, the perfect fusion of flesh and metal, and biology and technology. They are, in a sense, superior to humans. But more than that, they are also our children, our legacy, and our hope. And they will carry on the spirit of humanity when we are gone. And about this time, you guys reach the end of the compound, and you actually see some synths that seem to be walking around less lifelike. They are more like zombies and less like the synths in the town and everything like that. Jeff, you see yourself, and Brent, you see yourself. And he's just like, but I ask you to join me in this noble cause, to help me protect and nurture our synths, to guide them and to teach them, to love and respect them, to see them not as tools, but as partners, equals, even family. And that is why I also ask you, my friends, that if you give me the Eden device, we can create a new home for our synths, a new sanctuary where we can grow and thrive away from the distractions and dangers of the wasteland.
Why don't you just find a vault that's got an Eden device? My understanding is they're out there.
And they are, but they're hard to procure. And obviously, this was the only one I was able to find.
Well, you didn't find one that wasn't in use. You found one that's actively being used, and your synths are... What did you do with the townspeople?
I'm perfecting them. I mean, look here. You can see that this right now is it's them perfected. They have the ability to withstand nuclear fallout, radiation, and the monstrous threats the world poses. I have taken their memories and I have put them in these bodies, and I have given them a new lease on life. Aren't I grand?
McIntosh is confused.
No, you might be certifiable.
Oh, and getting his bat ready now that he saw himself in the town.
Genius and madness. Two sides of the same coins and all that.
You're actively destroying people. I appreciate your scientific discovery, but you can't do it at the expense of living, breathing folks.
Well, I believe that I understand where you're coming from. The people in the town, as flawed as they may be, deserve a chance at life, deserve a chance at scrambling about to make their best in the wasteland without this perfected body that I would be giving them. So I propose a trade. If you take the townspeople, relocate them elsewhere, where does not matter, but you leave the Gek and its generator, I will take the Gek. I will pack it up. We will take our perfected people, and we will go somewhere else. We will leave the Commonwealth, in fact, and I will carry out this grand experiment in another part of this wasteland.
Where are the townsfolk that you replaced with synths?
Yeah, we're real people.
Well, as you may guess, the real people, once their memories had been fully transferred, there was no longer a need for those fleshy vessels.
And so how many synths do you have
So I look at the copies of us, and I look at you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a head count here.
It assures you that there's a synth for everyone in the town. You, however, we haven't had a chance to really do anything with. As you can tell, I mean, we have the bodies processed. You know, your scans were rather easy to do, but the you haven't been in range long enough for us to download any of your key memories.
So how are you siphoning the power of the Eden device?
Uh, we're not really ciphering the power. We're just using it as a conduit. It is the device that we have, and he kind of goes into a technical explanation. But what it seems to boil down to is that the device is powered by the Eden device, and it seems to be somehow gathering the memories of the townsfolk and sending them via
Well,
digital
your
packets.
technology is fascinating. Can we see the device? I've never seen technology like that.
Hmm. So he he suddenly perks up at your interest, um, and he basically says, "Oh, well, if you how about this? I can show you the beauty of the technology that is the salvation for the humanity." And he takes you over to that the central spire, and he says,
Okay.
This is the he calls it an information core, and it's basically what's helping us transfer the memories from your real town to this
Fake
practice
town.
town.
Fake
I
town.
prefer practice town.
Fake.
They're just learning. They're
Fake town.
learning.
So
Fake
what does it look like? It's a spire. How
Mhm.
big? Give me
It's
an idea.
it's fairly tall. I mean, the roof of the. I mean, it's like this is one of those situations where almost kind of like in a building that has been like you know how the Truman Show, like you know, you just like it looked like it was reality. Same
Yeah.
thing with here.
Okay.
You're not really
That's
sure.
fine.
Probably the spire though is. I mean, the building outside looked like it really only went about 40 feet up. So that's really
So
what you
right.
probably.
So this looks huge. The spire looks huge.
Mhm.
But do I see the the technology that's receiving the signal from town?
Um,
The
y
power?
the tower itself probably is the antenna. You're not really able to tell what specifically on the tower would be the receiving part, though.
Yeah, I don't think that your vision is going to work out real well in the wasteland.
In fact, I think my vision is the best end for the wasteland. And in fact, once I'm long gone, these synths will take over, and they will bring back humanity's golden age. And if we're lucky, any survivors will be able to bathe in the bliss that they bring.
How close am I to the guy?
Yeah,
Eh,
look at
not very far.
McIntosh.
Not very. I mean, like as soon as he like it was as soon as Crawl had expressed any interest in like what he was doing, he was just like doot, 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 and he
Yeah, it's so fascinating. But I look at McIntosh and I say, smash him.
Yeah, I hit him. Yeah.
aha, combat is initiated.
Yeah. Now we
All
gotta
right,
go first this time because we're initiating the combat, right?
correct. Actually, specifically, you get to go first,
You
Greg,
get to go first.
Oh, cool.
and then we get to go based on the turn order and everything.
How many
like that.
action points do we have?
3.
I'll go ahead and use one.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna
Okay.
use 2. Is that okay, Jeff?
Do it.
Okay, so that's 4d20 or 4
We're at 1.
4d20s. I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
And I have to roll under, so that's 3 successes. Because I have to
Okay.
roll under a 15, so that's 3 successes.
Okay. 3 successes. Go ahead and roll damage.
I'm gonna use a luck point for my Slayer. So I automatically crit. Spend 1 luck point to immediately inflict a critical hit and therefore an injury on the location hit. So I'm gonna roll for my damage now.
Okay. You wanna roll location for me, just so I know?
Yeah, I'll roll. Do you want me to roll that before damage?
Yeah, if you could please.
Okay. There's the location. It's to the 9, which I think is the torso, probably.
Left arm.
Funny.
It's really like taking out arms.
While they're tender, you can peel them off and eat them if you need to.
7d6.
And with his defense being 1, 2 of those dice turn back into action points because you had 3 successes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of damage.
Okay. So 5 points of damage.
I think it's 2. I rolled a 2, a 4, 4. Oh no. 2, 4, 4, 1, 6, 5, 6. So that's 2 was 2, 1 is 1, 6 is 1, 5 is 1, and 6 is 1.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
6
so that's
points,
6
isn't
points
it?
of damage.
Okay. So so basically, you had been kind of walking around with your bat anyways, and giving like you had that conversation without speaking kind of thing. Like Jeff gives you the signal to smash him, and almost this before Jeff has a chance to finish the thought, your bat is already swinging. And much like kind of a Babe Ruth home run style hit, you just smash into this scientist as he's explaining the algorithm that's allowing that's allowing basically the tower to collect the memories and everything like that from the townsfolk in Grief Town.
And as I hit him, by the way, I yell, "No fake McIntosh."
Okay.
Just
No
for the
fake.
record.
Okay. And you see that you hit him hard for 6 points of damage. 1 second here.
And an injury to his head, to his arm, unfortunately, and not his head or his torso.
Yeah. So, let's see. Critical hits and injuries. So arm. Okay. So, and you hear a fairly loud crunch, as you can tell that you hit him in a way that's probably broken his arm. So because you hit him in the left arm, he drops the little mini computer as he kind of rolls along the floor, screaming in pain. So at this point, you notice that he's a part of the initiative order. You guys are part of the initiative order, and you see a few of the synths in the nearby area start to come over in a threatening way, including the 2 synths that look like you. So, what is your guys' initiative? Just remind me.
Mine is low. Mine
is 16.
Mine's 8.
8. 16. She scientist is 14. These guys are 9. Okay, these guys are 11. Okay, so in this point, and so now that combat has officially started, imagine your boss battle music starting up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, round 1. So Crawl, it's your turn. You actually get first go here.
I get the shotgun.
Okay.
And I'm going to fire it center mass at the doctor.
Okay. Center mass. Sounds good.
On the ground.
Is that what my skill's called? Center mass?
Yes. I believe so, yes. But I think, is that only with pistols? Like, that was the question.
Oh, wait. It's small guns.
Oh, yeah. So
yeah, it works with that.
All right. And I'm going to use an action point.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to use an action point, so we're down to 2. All right, so I get to roll 3d20s.
Okay.
Four, a 5, and a 2.
Wow. That's a lot of action points. Because you're 4, 5, and a 2.
Yeah.
No, so you got 3 successes, and
Actually,
one
he
of
got
them's a crit.
Yeah, he got 4
So
successes.
4 successes.
Yeah.
So because his defense is 1, that's 3 extra successes for action points. Remember, you can't go above 6. So
We're at 5, so you're gonna. I may use 1 for the damage. I guess.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm gonna use 1 for the damage. Go down to 4.
Okay, so just a second. I believe with action points and damage, it's a little bit different. 1 second.
Oh, I thought I could use.
No,
one.
it's. I'm trying to remember.
But it depends on what it does. Like it gives.
Oh, sure.
Just automatic points. I don't remember which.
Okay,
I don't remember either.
It's add extra damages, so it's 1 damage dice for action point. So
okay, I'm gonna use 1. How many damage dice do I get on a double barrel shotgun?
Double barrel shotgun.
That one's new to me.
Oh, and he critted, so he gets an effect too, right? Doesn't the shotgun have an effect on it?
Well, the effect comes from the combat dice.
Oh, okay.
So double barrel shotgun has spread and vicious. So vicious is that the attack inflicts +1 damage for each effect rolled, and spread is how if you roll an effect, it goes to other body parts and does half damage based on the dice rolls. The vicious doesn't apply. So like it's just the straight up roll is what's halved.
So why don't you use 2 for damage?
Use 2 for 2 action points for damage.
That'll leave us with 3.
Okay, I'll use 2.
And it does 5 combat dice to start with.
So I'm gonna roll.
Just use 1. If it does 5 combat dice, just 1 should be fine.
I'm gonna roll 6 combat dice then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on, I fucked that up.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
you got D6. You got 6. Well, that's a good start.
6d6. Yes, hang on. 6, 4, 2, 4, 4, 6. So 3 hits, the 2 6s and the 2.
Okay.
Yeah, but like that's 2, 4, 6 points of damage, right?
So this is what we're going to do. So we have 2, 3, 4. So 4 points of base damage.
Right.
Then you have vicious for 2. So that's 6 points of damage. And then you hit 2 additional locations for 2 each.
So it's 10 total damage.
10 total damage and 2. Can you roll 2d20 for me so I know where else you hit?
If he has more hit points than me, I'm going to be upset.
Okay, so there's
God damn it.
one in the head, or
hang on, no, let me roll it right. I just typed it. A 7 and an 18.
So a body shot, or no, yeah, a body and the
torso and the right leg.
Yep, torso and the right leg.
So basically, with him kind of crumpled up from McIntosh's opening shot, you basically shoot him in the center mass, getting him right in the center of the body there. Yeah. So the scientist described to me exactly how this happens. He's dead.
Yeah, I'm a little upset at him, just like doing the people aren't right. So I cock the hammer back on the shotgun and just hold it low, pointing at his, at the center of his body, and really just fire point blank and watch pieces of him fly off.
We'll make we'll make sanity tests for the coup de grace that just happened.
Yeah.
I think the coup de grace thing was the that's.
I say as right? McIntosh hits him again, just to make sure.
Okay. Yeah. So the chief scientist, he just smash bang, and that's it. Short work of that guy. That lab coat didn't seem to provide very much, very much damage resistance. So okay. So you still see some approaching you though, so they are going to now attack, and you can tell that some of the synths are behaving a little bit more erratically than the others. Like they don't seem to be as smooth. Like a couple of the synths look like they're actually fully informed in their brain, and the other ones don't. So the first synths that are attacking, where am I at here? Okay, so the two are going to roll, and they're basically charging at you, kind of like almost like a fast zombie rather than anything. They don't seem to be yelling or screaming, other than kind of a shriek, and they're charging at your body to see what they can do. So the first ones. Oh, I'm sorry. Looks like they're. I'm getting them out of order. Actually, whatever. What the hell? So the first one charges in to leap at you, Brent, and it actually jumps on you and manages to land a hit. So pretty much just body slamming you, and because of the weight of its body, it seems like it knocks you a little bit off balance. It hits you in the, or jumps out. It jumps at you, jumping onto your head.
You again?
For 1 point of damage.
Oh, okay, that's not that bad.
Yeah, so basically it leapt
I seem
at
to get
you
hit.
and
I seem to get hit in the head a lot, though. Just saying.
it's let's just say it's the synth version of yourself, and it just headbutted you.
I like to think that the synth jumped on my face, and I tried to hit it off with my bat and accidentally hit myself.
Sure. Either way. The other one jumps at Jeff. Misses, and it swings wildly for you, Jeff, and it misses. And at the same time, you see some other ones basically popping off some laser shots as they go towards cover in order to fire at you. Interesting. Okay. You see that so kind of coming out of nowhere, one of the synths just starts blasting, almost like that Danny Vito, like, and there it was blasting, and it's going crazy. But what it does is it looks like the gun itself, instead of blasting, it kind of fires a couple shots, but really what it does is it kind of sparks up, and you can tell that it basically overheated. The synth itself doesn't look like it reacted very much to the overheating, but you can tell that it kind of goes over and tries to find some cover as it's kind of banging on the laser pistol. And
what are you doing, you idiots?
And then the other one shoots at you, and all of the shots just they look more like shots across your bow kind of thing. None of them hit.
Oh, they're giving us warning shots?
It looks like that from your perspective.
Gentlemen, these robots, gentlemen.
I have to wait for my turn to try and communicate with them.
Yeah, you'd have to. But really that's not that far away because it's Brent's turn.
I
mean, you could.
No, I can wait.
Yeah.
I sorry, it was an out of character question.
Sure.
Character can wait. No problem.
So it's my turn?
Yep.
If I spend an action point, I can take two. How do actions work again? We have a major action and then like a minor action?
Correct. So if you spend 1 action point, you can take a minor action. If you spend 2 action points, you can take a major action. And
Right,
then, of course,
extra.
yeah, so you could take like an extra attack if you wanted to, but that extra attack is at a higher.
Right.
Um,
But could I attack the guy that attacked me
Yeah.
and smash the computer in a turn?
you could. Are you talking about his computer?
Yes.
His computer it looks like it broke in the fall.
Like, as in it's not working at all anymore?
It's got a crack on the screen. It doesn't look like it's powered up, but you're not sure if like he just has to hit a power button or what.
Okay. I just was McIntosh kind of thought that may be controlling the robots.
y-
So if it's broken,
If you want, you can. Why don't you make a? Why don't you both make a perception plus, or how about an intelligence plus science roll?
sure.
Yeah, there we go. That's going to go well.
I feel like this is not that team.
Nope.
7 and a 15.
Now
I gotta get a
rolls.
4, man. I gotta get a 4.
What,
yeah, but you
what
can
do
only use 1 luck point, right?
Yeah, I can get a 4 too, but I need to get a 4 too. I'm not spending it on that.
No, I agree. I'm not spending it on that.
So good or ill, if I can use a minor action to stomp on the computer, I will do that. But the major action is going to be to attack the guy.
Sure.
So attacking the dude. How many action points do we have left? 3?
4.
Okay. I will use 1 on my hit roll.
Okay.
We're going down to 3.
Wow.
That's
3. That's 3 successes, 5 successes.
Oh yeah, it is 5 successes.
Jesus.
We're capped out.
We're capped out. We're at 6.
So I will spend 1 for an extra damage dice.
Okay. We're at 5.
Jesus.
Oh, that's quite a bit of damage.
That's quite a bit of 4s too, though. So 2,
7?
4, 6,
7.
7. So you do a critical. What's your location?
Oh, I need to roll for that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Some traumatizing brain damage.
No, I never hit him in the head. I hit him in the arm again, I think. Yep.
I think you
Left
did.
arm.
Left
Left
arm
arm.
again.
Left arm.
What is that? What was that MMA fighter's nickname? The
arm collector.
Arm collector. I feel like you're going that route, but with just a baseball bat.
Yep. I think that everybody just turns away from me when I start swinging at them. Why they'll pick the left side, I don't know.
So as you basically go through, I mean, pretty much at this point, you just swing your bat, and again, the meaty sound of what you would assume is flesh just kind of parts, but then you also have the clang of a robot, instead. So unlike the scientist who just like flew almost like cartoonishly away from you in your swing, this one gave a little bit more resistance and fell on the floor. However, what it does do is that it does, after you hit it, it starts twitching around and poofs and sparks and pops, smoke kind of going everywhere.
It's gonna blow up again?
It does, yeah. Not like a grenade again. It's more like a flashbang. Nothing that blinds you or anything. More of a fancy light show than anything.
Cool.
And then you take a step and you step on the computer.
Yeah, and I grind it into the dirt just to make sure it's broken, just in case. Because, like I said, I kind of think McIntosh thinks that maybe this will stop them because they're robots. Computer robots.
You don't actually. It doesn't seem like it stops them, but you hear like feedback on the tower and a pop from there.
And when they don't stop, I look kind of disappointed.
Yeah. So like that center tower, that's where it came from.
So out of character question, and just kind of You can take this as a serious question or not. Does it look like I'm pretty strong? How does it look like that I could tip the tower over?
Let's just a second here. Let me think what I got here.
I mean, I could just let's just go. You can decide, and I'll roll for it next turn.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and go for the next turn, because it was just your turn, so now it's Jeff's turn.
Yep. Shoot some synths.
Yeah, I'm gonna is trying to communicate to him a major action or a minor action.
It's minor action, I believe, to speak. Let me just double check.
Hey, stop! He'll keep hitting you on the arm.
No, I have another idea.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I'll say you can go ahead and.
You can say that it's a major action. I'm
it's
okay.
It's going to be a minor action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, why are you attacking us, you idiots? We just freed you.
It doesn't seem to sway their steely eyes.
Hey, stop!
We don't want to fight. As I cock the shotgun and fire into the one that tried to attack me.
Okay.
I'm going to use 2 action. Yes, I'm going to use 2 action points and take us down to 3, Brent.
Sounds good. Thank you for letting me know.
4 d20s. A 16, a 6, a 6, and a 6.
Okay, yeah. So you hit twice, 3 times, right?
3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Center mass.
Okay. And which one were you shooting at? The more complete synth or the less complete synth?
The more complete one that jumped me.
Okay.
So how many action points do we get back on that?
2.
2. So we're back up to 5, Brent.
Okay.
This action point economy is.
I feel like the action point economy is really wild at this point, because like the first game, like we didn't have anything, and then now all of a sudden it's like action points everywhere.
I'm gonna use one for damage dice, so I get to roll 6 dice again.
Okay.
Well, we know what we're doing now, and there's almost no reason not to at least use 1 for an extra dice.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time.
I get that.
A 1, a 5, a 2, a 6, and a 4.
Oh, that's not bad. So a 1 is 1, 1 is 1, 3, 5 is 1, 2 is 2. So that's 1, 2.
It's 6
3,
base
5,
damage, right?
6. Yeah, 6 base damage plus 2 for extra damage because of vicious.
And then
of
3
course
damage to 1 location.
And then you get 2 additional spreads, so that's 3 damage to 2 additional locations. So that's a lot. 2,
8, 11,
3,
14.
4, 5, 6. 14 points of damage. Now, let me double check. Why don't you... Yeah, that's a lot. Oof. Tell me the other locations that you hit.
All right. 2d20 for locations. 18 and 8. The right leg and the torso again. That's bizarre.
We're a lot about legs and arms, apparently.
That's wild. Yeah. Right leg and torso.
Okay. So you do 1, 1. Weird. So that's 7, 8, 9. No, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, just had to factor in damage reduction real quick.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, never mind. So actually, in shooting him, tell me what exactly this shotgun does to the Sith. This synth. The
to
Sith.
his torso and his leg.
As he leaped
Specifically.
past me, he was trying to turn back to engage me again. So I kind of had a free shot at his, side and his right leg. And again, just aiming, holding the shotgun firm and aiming right into the middle of his torso. And it
Blew
does
his
what
ass up.
shotguns do. Little hole going in, big hole coming out
Yeah.
as the pellets leave.
So you basically just blow off the bits, and obviously the metal frame that holds the synth together, you can tell it separates basically the leg from the body, and kind of comes crumbling down to the ground. Through some twitches, some wild shaking, it also poofs into sparks and flames. Wow, these are much better. This is much better than that first round of combat that we had. The two other synths are looking at you, and you can tell that as you guys continue this encounter with these guys, you see other synths kind of like turning, almost like the commotion is reaching them, and they're like, doing that kind of action. So, I'm going to go with the two synths that you have on me this round, or that I have on this this round. One of them is going to shoot. Boo, boo, boo. This is to you, Brent. Okay. Yep. I got you.
I disagree.
So, first. You disagree? Oh, that's how that works?
Yes.
Okay. So 4, 5, 6. And this is a burst of fire. So this actually hits you as well, Jeff.
You can also disagree, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it missed.
And it hits you. So it hits you, Jeff, for 3 points of damage. It hits you, Brent, for 6 points of damage. Brent, you're hit in the 15. And Jeff, you're hit in the 17.
Left leg is where I got hit.
Yeah, I got hit in the left leg.
Oh, arm collector meet leg collector. There you go. So at this point, because Brent, you did get hit. If you took 5 or more damage, you do take a critical. Okay. So you do fall prone from the barrage of laser blast into your leg. And just as you're still injured in this, you can't take the sprint action, and the move action is now a major action for you instead of a minor action.
Okay. So is standing up a move then, I assume?
From prone, I believe that would be a major action then, yeah.
Okay, well that sucks. So that's a turn lost.
Unless you, let's see.
I'm not spending action points if it's going to be more difficult. Like that's not.
But I'm just saying is that you could spend action points to do another major action is awesome.
Right, and it's not economical because then it goes to 2. It's 2 successes needed, right?
Correct. So when you make an attack,
right, it's not worth it. So I'll just stand up and wait a turn.
Okay.
How many action points do we have, Jeff?
4. Might be worth it.
Maybe.
Are you going to try to...
Can I just spend one to stand up? Like, does it just automatically stand up? And then I was going to try the tower, but like, I'm assuming the tower is more than 1 success anyways. So is that going to bump it up to what?
That would just add +1 difficulty to it. So
Well, right, but I'm assuming it was more difficult than 1 originally. So
it would be a difficulty 3 at this point to basically stand up and then just rip it out of the ground is what I'm assuming that you're
right. Well, I just want to tip it over, but it's bolted down, I assume, right?
Yeah.
3, 2 dice. Are we? So I'm going to use 3 action points, Jeff. That's all right.
Do it.
So I'm going to use 2, 1 to stand up,
right,
and then 2 to roll 4 dice.
Okay.
Let's do it, or you do it.
Let's see if it works.
So this is, and so just to kind of get an idea here. So you're doing a strength plus. What would this be?
It would be strength 10 plus athletics.
Yeah.
To just lift something.
Yeah, I think you're right. So strength plus athletics.
So yeah. So I was hoping to use 3 action points for this, but I don't want to bottom us out to 0. So
it's a big deal. Go for it.
It's a big deal. Why don't you do it? Why don't you clean us out?
Okay. So I'm rolling 5d20 to wreck the tower.
This is a heroic as fuck thing, so do it.
1, 2, 3 successes.
3 successes?
Yep, on the nose.
On the nose. So basically, so what ends up happening here? Time slows. McIntosh looks at his leg, grunts through the pain. He makes his way up, veins bulging as he just fights through the
and I yell again, no fake McIntosh.
Yep, and his battle cry as you go over to the tower, like, no fake McIntosh. And against all odds, you start heaving, your bulging shoulders just lifting, and you hear the snap, almost like a thunderous snap of the concrete as the bolts are pulled free, and you just kind of like, the tower, once it's not bolted down, is much lighter than you expected. You just kind of like, rah, throwing it back in a very aggressive fashion, hitting one of the synths. In fact, one of the synths gets crushed by the top of the tower. The tower itself isn't heavy enough to have like totally knocked it out, but you see that the crackle of electricity as the artificial light kind of dims, and then you can tell that some emergency generators and everything like that seem to come back online, and they kind of like slowly bring themselves up. And you see the synths that as they were going towards you start to slow, almost kind of like they're stuck in some tar or something like that, until they look like they're powering down. Stuck forever in the last pose that they made. One of them like, fuck you. That's 2, Bob. Are you killing him twice?
I'm going to knock his hand off as I go past him, as I'm dragging my leg out of the town, out of the fake town. We should set it on fire. McIntosh.
We should. I want to go through and make a list, Mike.
Okay.
On my little notepad of all the people that I recognize from the town.
Okay.
So is it everyone? Is it everybody?
Yeah, is it everybody?
Yes.
It's everyone?
Yes.
So the whole town has been replaced at this point?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Right.
It's just that they have copies.
Some of them don't have
the copies should have stopped though, right? With the transmitter not going. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you stopping the thing based on your understanding of his explanation. You stop the transference of memories, but the replacement of people, you're not exactly sure where in the process.
Yeah, okay. Then we need to get back to town and see what's going on.
You could go wreck some more machinery.
Okay.
I guess we could
just to make sure nothing works anymore.
Yeah.
And if there's any bean-headed scientists around other than him, we could just convince them not to do what they're doing anymore.
Yeah, because I thought that they had a chance to live out in that you remember that radioactive zone that used to have that town in it? So everybody's dead now. They could have lived there. Like there was dozens of places this guy could have done this and done his experiments out in the wasteland, and he had to come messing with real people.
Yeah, I go in the nearest building and see if there's any technology to smash in there.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything I don't recognize, I smash.
You see computers, data banks, stuff like that. You just start smashing away, almost, like you stomping down, swing of a baseball bat. Tapes are flying every which directions. Plastic buttons are springing into the sky.
And can we guess what I'm saying if I do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no fake McIntosh. Yeah.
No fake McIntosh.
I think that's
leaving,
fair.
After you smash your last screen, you kind of are like, you're exhausted from your exertion. No fake McIntosh. Jeffy doesn't really have any more technology to smash anymore. It is late. It's like midnight late, though.
Let's try to sleep here.
Exhausted as McIntosh looks, he doesn't seem to agree with you based on that facial expression.
Let's try to sleep in the woods outside.
Creepy.
I'm surprised we didn't see any more raiders, any more guards.
If you guys go out the front door, you'll see why.
Yeah, we're gonna go out the front door. There's no reason to go back through the thing, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going out the front
So
door.
yeah, I tie my leg off with I go over to a guy and pull the shirt ooff of him.
Yeah, you still got those 2 stim packs we stole, right? What does a stim pack do?
A stim pack, it heals you.
Oh yeah, I'll take one of those.
Yeah, I think we each need to take one.
So a stim pack, it's use a stim pack, and we use it one of 2 ways. It can be applied doing that, or it can be applied as part of a first aid action, and it heals 4 hit points, or treating an injury in addition to any other healing done. So if it'd basically be like how we did a healing that first time around, but instead you could use the stim pack to treat your injury.
But I need a success for that, right?
Yeah,
no.
I'm gonna try let's try a first aid action. What do I get? That's
Oh wait, you didn't get shot at all, did you?
No, I got shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean he was shot too.
You got shot in the leg because they were shooting at me.
Medicine and intelligence.
Yeah, intelligence plus medicine, you can regain some health. And
I'm gonna try it.
And I thought you got away unscathed for a second.
But in that case, you would get 4 extra HP for using the stim pack. But in Brent's case, you can do that. Plus, you could heal the injury with the stim pack based on my reading of it.
6 and a 15. I did get a success.
Right.
Because I have 7. Because I actually have medicine as a skill.
How much did you get?
I got a 6 and a 15. The 6 is a success.
Okay, so you get HP equal to your rank in medicine, and you can spend AP for additional hit points.
So I don't have any more HP, so
you'd get 3 plus 4 for the stim pack, so you get 7 back.
That actually puts me at full.
Okay.
And heals my injury.
Can I treat my own injury then, or do I just
you can
back for me? No, well, I'm
hand it to McIntosh and say,
you try it. Yeah.
I don't know if I trust it. You could still get a complication, just so you know.
You should try it. You should do it yourself.
5 and an 8.
Oh, 2 successes.
Yeah,
or no, 1 success.
Just one. Still just one.
Yeah.
1 is all you need. That's what you need to remember about this system.
I can spend a luck point.
1 is all you. That is one thing that is nice about this.
I just need 1. I just need 1.
No.
It always feels like you need more dice to succeed, but you really only need 1 usually.
So
there we go.
So as you guys sort through getting yourself healed and using your ill-gotten stim packs, as is standard in Fallout, you guys find a place to rest for the night.
Wait, what happens outside when we see the dude?
Oh, he's just standing there, and you notice that the barrels aren't actually fire barrels; they're just elaborate lights that are They were elaborate lights flickering back and forth to give the illusion of fire.
I walked over and tried to grab one of the barrels, and I was going to roll it into the town, and I'm disappointed.
Yeah, basically, as soon as you try to lift it up, it's like ripping out like a lawn light. It's being unplugged, or in this case, the cord ripping, it turns off.
I push the guy over because I'm frustrated.
He kind of falls over. The sound of his pneumatic joints kind of before he settles. You bully.
That's fair.
So, so you find a place to sleep for the night, and I assume you head off early in the morning back to the town.
Yes.
Getting back to the town, you can see that no one has slept a wink. They all thought you guys died. So when you guys are get back, people are kind of standoffish. They're like, "Are you synths?" And one of them says, "Well, how would we know? We could shoot them."
Because none of the synths should be moving anymore, you idiot.
And he's like, "What?"
Yeah, did anybody in the town? Is there anybody in the town that looks like they're just frozen?
Yeah, there are a couple people. Yeah.
I go over to one. Is there anywhere we are?
Yeah.
I go over and push it over and go, synth.
And people are kind of looking at each other and they're like, "What have you
And I go-
sent to trick us?"
I go over and poke that one and go, not synth.
Your explanation seems to sway at least a couple people, but there are still people that that show distrust in their eyes. Chester comes out to greet you, having also not slept a wink. She's got a rifle in hand, and she's like, "So, what happened?"
We shut down the radio transmission, which should have shut down all the synths, because it did shut down the dozens of synths that they had in that camp.
It's like, not a moment too soon. As you can tell, people almost started turning guns on each other here. I mean,
Listen, scientist squish.
She kind of looks just not really understanding, but appreciating you nonetheless. Sure, whatever that means. And as you guys regale your tale of crushing
Of no fake McIntosh.
Of no fake McIntosh, as the legend shall be known. No McIntosh. You see the people, they kind of look at each other, and you see that the worry and kind of drain from them. And at this point, that's the end. Have you destroyed the Institute? No. Have you weakened their presence in this area? Sure. But could they be back?
What we do have is a Brahmin that's loaded with duplicated shit. Because we go back to the location and we load all of the stuff from the town onto the Brahmin.
And you travel the wasteland with your very full packs, selling, traveling, merchanting. That's not a real word. But there you go. Mercantile. And that's it. Ta-da.
All right.
You made it to the end.
I'm actually kind of surprised we survived.
I thought it was fun. I mean,
It
I
was
was rolling.
good. I like it.
I got a good roll at the end there, which was nice. But that was fast. That was way faster than the first time we did this.
Mm-hmm.
That.
Well, I think once you kind of figure out the economy of it in combat, I think that's where like the sweet spot is, and it's kind of cool to be able to spend the extra action points. Like that was kind of fun.
The action point economy is real. If you ever play this game, you have to try to game the action points a bit.
A lot. Yeah.
Well, we didn't really game them.
They make a tremendous difference.
We didn't really game them.
You don't hold on to them. And I think that in other games where we've
don't
seen
hoard
this type of thing, like it always feels like people are holding on to that stuff. And I feel like you'd have a very different outcome if you held on to it.
No, it's a resource to use. And as a matter of fact, if you use it more often, you'll probably get them more often.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because like you're always going to like, especially like McIntosh, like succeeding on like 75% of
strengths.
Yeah, 75% of the time means that he's gonna generate extra successes most of the time,
or at least just succeed. I mean,
yeah,
at the very least succeed, but more often than not succeed plus.
Yeah, he'll generate one or two maybe,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is quality for. I think I think that's part of what makes the game more kind of cinematic is that. That action point economy and I'm building and moving and doing extra stuff and
I agree.
And I could see like if you had chosen instead of to do more attacks and stuff like that, McIntosh just wildly swinging his bat trying to hit these folks and actually hitting them even with the success, even needing that extra +1.
I feel like I would miss the minute more the minute I needed one more dice to roll well. I would miss.
Maybe. I'm not gonna lie. That was actually a lot of fun.
I like the system quite a bit. It makes me excited for other systems using the 2d20 rules. So.
Yeah, no, I think that was a good time. So I don't really have like a prologue for this other than, like I said, you guys take your Brahmin and travel off into the sunset laden with your ill-gotten goods. Because that's how it seems how Fallout always works. Is that
Oh yeah, we would go back and just loot the shit out of the place. Like
yeah.
we would
Well,
have
yeah.
like Institute laser guns to sell and like
Yeah.
broken computer parts.
Look at all these buttons that survived the
Look at all these circuits things
Yeah.
that might do
The
This
clacky
mother-
keyboard's now a musical instrument. Now that it's not connected to anything.
Mechanical
with just
keyboards,
click. Yeah.
This motherboard is 85% intact. Who knows what happened to the other 15?
Yeah.
Quality stuff.
Exactly.
No, I like it. I was honestly pleasantly surprised. I could see doing some more long form games with that. I
Mhm.
am curious, like how it plays out in the end, because I've got some critiques about the game based on my own understanding of it. And of course, if my understanding is wrong, would love for people to correct me. But we'll talk about it, I think that later this
Yeah.
week. So
We'll do an episode later this week. We'll record and discuss kind of what we thought.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that'll be good.
Pros, cons, improvements.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, I could see this being something that you house rule some of this stuff a little bit just to
Mhm.
make it a little cleaner in some areas. So I
Yeah, but
think
you don't do that with any other game.
never. I play every game as is.
As written.
D&D, no
Rules
house
as
rules.
written.
I've never house
Exactly.
ruled D&D
D&D
in my entire life.
D&D 100% no house rules.
I'm not one of those people that has binders of house rules where I've effectively made it into a different system, but I have plenty of house rules. So
Well, yeah, me too. That was the joke.
yeah. In case anybody doesn't
Any
get the
any
humor.
good GM just makes house rules, but
Yeah. So I guess with that, that's it.
yeah.
Hopefully everybody that that watches the stream somewhere down the line enjoys it. Hopefully you enjoyed the entire story. This is the introductory story for Fallout. I'll give it a rating when we do our talk later, just as to whether because I like rating introductory stories, like what did they put out there to get you enticed into the system and how much you like it.
Mhm.
So I think we'll get a rating for it then. But yeah, Jeff, do you
Sounds good.
want to close us out? and all
Yeah.
that jazz?
Tell us how we did. Find us on social media at Rollwise on Facebook, Threads, Twitter, and YouTube, or email us rollwiseguys@gmail.com.
It's late, everybody. Forgive us.
Yeah.
And as always, thank you for joining us, whether it is live or in recording. And as always, roll well, roll wise, and be safe out there. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
See you, everybody.